to constitute to real estate.
Welcome back to Conan's Keys to Real Estate, unlocking Utah's real estate secrets, one key at a time. I'm your host, Ryan Conan, a full-time realtor with the Perry Group at Real Broker, helping buyers and sellers in Twila and the Salt Lake Valley. In our last episode, we broke down how to find the right investment property, how to evaluate neighborhoods, and how to spot value in places others overlook. Now that you know how to source strong opportunities, it is time to figure out which ones are actually worth pursuing. Today we are talking about running the numbers, and this is the part that separates confident investors from overwhelmed beginners. Running the numbers is not about being a math genius. It is about understanding the story a property is telling you. Every investment has a pattern, a rhythm. Once you learn how to read the numbers, you can see which properties align with your goals, which ones are risky, and which ones you should walk away from. You are not guessing anymore. You are evaluating your financial future through clear metrics. Let's start with cash flow. Cash flow is the leftover money after every expense is accounted for: mortgage, taxes, insurance, vacancy allowance, repairs, maintenance, management, and any utilities you cover. This number tells you whether the property supports itself or becomes a financial strain. Some markets will produce stronger cash flow than others, and that is normal, but the point is to know the truth. Guessing leads to disappointment. Knowing leads to control. Next is cap rate. This one helps you compare properties without involving financing. You take the net operating income and compare it to the property's value. It gives you a percentage return as if you paid cash. Investors love this because it removes emotion. It removes the excitement of a pretty kitchen or a good feeling. It focuses on pure performance. In Utah, cap rates can be lower depending on the city, and that is fine as long as you understand why. A lower cap rate does not mean it is a bad market. It often means the area holds long-term demand. Then we have cash on cash return. This is where leverage comes into play. This metric compares your yearly cash flow to the actual money you invested, including down payment, closing costs, and any upfront repairs. This shows whether your money is working efficiently. A property with a modest cap rate can still give you a strong cash on cash return if the financing structure is right. And this is where strategy becomes your superpower. You are not just buying real estate. You are designing a financial plan. Now let's talk about long-term return. Too many new investors judge a property only by monthly cash flow and forget the long-term wealth that comes from appreciation, mortgage paydown, and tax advantages. Appreciation builds equity without you lifting a finger. Mortgage paydown slowly increases your ownership, and depreciation offers tax benefits that protect your income. Sometimes a property with moderate cash flow ends up being the strongest long-term performer. When you zoom out and look at these layers together, you see the bigger picture. Another critical step is stress testing the deal. Ask yourself what happens if rent drops slightly, or if repairs are higher for a season, or if you face a longer vacancy. You do not do this to talk yourself out of investing. You do it to confirm that the deal works even when the world is not perfect. Experienced investors do not expect the best case scenario. They prepare for realistic scenarios and make decisions accordingly. You should also compare multiple versions of the same deal. For example, what does the property look like with a different loan type? What if interest rates move slightly? What if you adjust the rent by a small margin? Real estate is flexible once you understand the numbers. A property that seems average at first can become strong with the right structure or strategy. Before we move on, remember this. Running the numbers is not something you do once. It is something you practice with every potential deal. The more you run, the sharper your instincts become. Soon, you will be able to glance at a property and immediately know whether it deserves your time. That is how investors grow from hesitant to confident. Let's tie this into what is next. Once you know how to evaluate a property financially, the next natural step is learning how to manage it. In our next episode, we are talking about property management, how to protect your investment once you own it, how to screen tenants, handle maintenance, track expenses, keep your cash flow steady, and decide if self-management or professional management is the better path for you. Your numbers get you through the front door. Good management keeps the doors open. Final thoughts. Running the numbers gives you power. It gives you clarity. It keeps you grounded when hype or fear could push you in the wrong direction. Once you learn this skill, you are no longer chasing deals. You are selecting deals with purpose. You will start to see real estate differently. Every listing becomes a puzzle. Every property becomes a story, and you decide whether that story fits into the future you are building. Your financial goals deserve intention. They deserve structure. They deserve discipline. Running the numbers is how you protect your money, your time, and your peace of mind. And when your confidence grows, your investment opportunities grow right along with it. This is Conan's Keys to Real Estate Unlocking Utah's Real Estate Secrets, one key at a time.